Everybody shut the fuck up. They're making a movie adaptation of The Mortuary Assistant. Oh, how did I not hear about this? The Mortuary Assistant video game adaptation is now in production. One of the more terrifying video games in recent memory, The Mortuary Assistant is getting a feature film adaptation. With filming now underway, Deadline reports that Willa Holland, she did, was it Aqua? In the Kingdom Hearts series? I think it was Aqua. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She's one of those people I know I've seen in like 5 or 6 different things. I just don't recall exactly where. And Paul Sparks, Castle Rock. Oh, I've actually just started watching Castle Rock. That's fun. I'll have to double check who he is. I just started. I don't know his face. Based on the best-selling game created by Brian Clark. Brian Clark, good job, buddy. Good job, buddy. You've done a good fucking job with this game. Do you think this man put so much work into this game? You figure he would have ever realized that it would have gotten a movie deal within a couple years of being made? The Mortuary Assistant follows Rebecca Owens, recent mortuary science graduate who takes a night shift job at Riverfields Mortuary. Initially, the job seems straightforward, embalming bodies, completing paperwork, keeping things tidy. Once Rebecca starts working the night shift, things take a dark turn. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Holland will play Rebecca. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. With Sparks taking on the role of Raymond Delver, Rebecca's mortician boss. Oh, maybe he plays Pangborn in Castle Rock. I don't know, I'll have to look. The feature adaptation is said to be a new chapter in the story that will expand on the game's world and mythology, delving deeper into the lore of the demonic entities plaguing River Fields. Interesting. So does that mean it's not going to adapt Rebecca's story as it was in the game? I mean, I figure they're going to have to touch on it to make it work, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Tracy Beebe and Brian Clark adapted the screenplay. Jeremiah Kipp, Slapface directs. I don't know, Slapface. Clark said in a statement, seeing the mortuary assistant evolve over the years from a small prototype to a feature film is beyond anything I could have imagined as a solo developer. Jeremiah Kipp is an insanely skilled director and it has been one of the highlights of my life working with him. Ooh, well, I mean, damn, if the game creator is saying he's a good director, then maybe it'll be good. Jeremiah and the entire team at Epic Pictures have done an amazing job capturing the spirit of the game while adding their own unique cinematic flair. It is an honor to see Willa and Paul bringing these characters to life along with the rest of the film crew. I feel extremely fortunate and can't wait for fans to see the Mortuary Assistant expand into new territory. Very nice. The Mortuary Assistant was published in 2023 by Dread XP. Yeah, that's just in 2 years. This man, if I recall correctly, I think that he was I think he started off doing all of it on his own, and he came up with a really good demo all on his own until he was able to kind of get more traction and kind of bring more people onto it. So, just in 2 years, good for him. Harrison Abbott wrote in his review of the game, it's unnerving, terrifically paced, narratively involving, and mechanically inventive. In fact, when it's all working as intended, it's genuinely one of the best indie horror games to have come out in recent years. Patrick Ewald's Epic Pictures is producing via its horror outfit Dread, alongside Cole Payne's Traverse Media. Stay tuned for additional details on the Mortuary Assistant as they arrive. Oh, I'm so happy about this. I am so excited. I'm going to be very interested to see how well this translates to film, particularly if they're not doing a one-for-one adaptation of the game. A big reason the game made me scream like a little bitch was because of how incredibly randomized it is. You get genuinely surprised by the jump scares when they happen because you can't really tell when they're coming. It's so randomized that even when you see one of, like, the lesser spirits, like the lady in the white dress or the pale, creepy dude, it's not always guaranteed that they're gonna, like, do something to you. They're not always gonna jump at you. They're not always gonna attack you. They're not always gonna make a noise. Sometimes you just see them and then they disappear. So it's kind of a coin toss, because sometimes you see them and nothing happens, and sometimes you see them and you get the shit scared out of you. He does not look good. He looks like fucking Nosferatu, and I don't love that. Ah! Oh my god. Ah. Fuck! Like, that's kind of part of what makes the game so terrifying. And obviously, there are movies that are able to do something similar. Like, I personally am absolutely fucking terrified of Evil Dead Rise. And it's because they pulled off that kind of quiet menace in a really effective way. And I know that there are other kind of like what you would call them, autopsy and funeral home related movies that have really good reputations in horror spaces. And so I figure, if they're smart, the people making Mortuary Assistant are going to be taking tips from that. Uh, but there is a careful line to walk here because it's like so much of this game was scary because of the random encounters and not knowing what's going to come next or when it's going to hit you. Fucking Nosferatu. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, fuck me. So, hopefully the director's got a good sense of this game's vibe and what makes it so terrifying. It sounds like Brian Clark is involved in the movie-making process, overseeing it, whatever. I really hope he is, because I find that when the creators are, you get something more like... I'm pretty sure Scott Cawthon was involved in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. And, listen, you can talk about the movie however you want, but the fans were really, really happy with it. And that's the main group that you have to please. But yeah, so the Mortuary Assistant's getting a movie, and I am super excited. I will be keeping an eye out for that. They said they're filming now, so I assume it's not going to be out until 2026, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.